Well, hello. Welcome, everybody. Tonight we have an exciting session lined up for you with two legends. First, John Carter, the visionary founder of Simpler Trading, and Christian Bose, the mastermind behind NinjaCators.com. They'll be sharing their thought provoking insights and examining whether automated trading bots are just a trend or if they can truly augment your trading, allowing you to see and seize more opportunities than ever before. I'm looking forward to finding out with the rest of you.
All
John,
right. So I
Christian,
think we
the
cut off
stage
just
is
a little
all
bit
yours.
there.
Please
No
take her
worries,
away.
though. I think that we get the gist of it. Let's go ahead and turn it over to JC.
Awesome. Thanks, Daryl. Always good and soothing to hear your voice. Of course, to kick these things off, gets us in the mood and all that kind of stuff, too. Welcome, everybody. And I always like to see kind of where everybody's from. I see someone from Queensland, Australia. We got Arizona, Buffalo, Virginia, Malaysia. Very nice. Odessa. Yeah. A good place to drive. Jeff and Chris from Austin. Very cool. San Diego, Roseville. Indiana, Fort Worth. That's where I went to high school, Southwest High School. We got Florida. We got LA. We got Pluto. Is that a place? Is it a planet? Or, has it been decommissioned? Anyway, all kinds of good stuff. Oh, the Berkshires, a nice time of year to be in there. Vancouver, Austin, Cape Cod. Nice. Well, very cool. Mexico City. Sweet. Well, first of all, welcome everyone. It's always fun to kind of hang out with traders. I always joke when I go to cocktail parties. Uh, it's almost guaranteed that there's nobody there that's a trader. And the last thing I want to do in my free time is talk about trading with non-traders. But it's always cool to actually talk with traders that know the trials and the tribulations and the ups and the downs and the hopes and the dreams and all those things, to kind of get that goal of just trying to create a consistent income from the markets with an occasional fun kind of a bigger trade, and just making sure that when we're losing money, that it's not doesn't turn into some what is the meaning of life moment. It's just it's just a stop loss. It's not who am I, or any existential angst that's created from that, from a big loss because we freeze or something like that. So along those lines, in terms of my own trading, there's trading that I like to do. Swing trades and things like that, like especially with options and especially with leverage. And what I found is over the last couple of years, especially, and I think this kind of started with COVID when the markets got really volatile. I mean, I used to day trade the S&Ps, and then at some point I was like, oh, that's too much work. And let's focus more on swing trading options, and which I love. And that's it's kind of a core part of what I like to do. And I've even looked at trying to get options trading kind of, more mechanized. And it's been done. It's hard to do with the SPX just because of the way it's set up. And I actually don't know, even the guys over at Option Alpha, they can't get SPX yet, and they can do SPY and things like that. And so, in lieu of that, and so I've done some things like with quick hits and things like that, where it's like, great, we can day trade some options here. But at the end of the day, what I've found is that with day trading, it does take a lot of brain power. And I did find myself where it's like, if I'm really actively day trading, two things that came up. One, at the end of the day, I was kind of tired. And kind of, it's like, okay, well, that's kind of weird. That's not how it should be. But the main thing was I would find that more and more being more glued to the screen. And I don't mind doing that sometimes, like, a Tuesday and a Wednesday when the markets are crazy. Yeah, I like to, I'm going to give it some time. But then I'd be like in the gym, trying to work out, and I'd have to look at quotes because I had positions on and things like that. And so I was like, all right, there's got to be a better way. If I've got calls or a call debit spread on AVGO or SMCI or Tesla, and I've got 30 days in the options, I'm not really too concerned about the ups and downs. It's kind of like, it's more of a Nicholas Darvis type approach. Let the day unfold, see what happened, and then do you hold or do you stick with it? And you give it some room to run, and because you got the time on there, it's great. But the day trading, if you're really into positions, and there could be a 20-minute trade or a 2-hour trade, you kind of have to keep an eye on it, unless you're trading like really small. And and I've messed around with mechanical systems before. And the last time I did, it was like 8 or 10 years ago, and I ran one, and it was fine. It would trade futures, and I didn't necessarily agree with everything that it did, but it was interesting to kind of watch it do its thing. And at some point I just kind of did it on my, started doing it myself. All right. So now fast forward, and I'm having lunch with Jason. Ninjacators, and he was kind of talking about what they do, and I was really intrigued. And we, this was, gosh, this was like 5 or 6 months ago, and just understanding that the logic that they use, and of course, I'm very familiar with futures and all the things there that they have kind of going on behind the scenes, and the technology that's involved, and the ability to run multiple systems, 4 or 5 different systems on multiple contracts at the same time. And literally, and this isn't something where you get an alert. Okay, you can go, oh, I have a signal. No, this is like, the idea is, I guess the kind of the day trading dream that I had was, I just want a system that, confidence is, I don't know if that's the right word or the wrong word. It's a system that has setups that you are in sync with and that you're willing to leave alone, because that's the whole secret to mechanical trading, is don't mess with it. And so I would love it where I could sit there and say, I'm going to focus on Tesla and maybe an SPX call credit spread or whatever over here. And then over here, there's a system that's just automatically trading, the S&P futures or gold or crude oil, whatever it is that you wanted to trade. But what I like about that is that it's like you're having a partner. It's kind of like, okay, you're looking at this stuff. Well, and a lot of times as a human, we can be looking at the markets and it's like, you're tired, or maybe you're unsure. It's like, okay, is this a short? Really? The market seems like it's been going pretty strong here. Your partner over here, the automated system, it doesn't have these things like emotions. It's like, the things that we're looking for have come together. Boom, we're taking the trade. Here's the stop. Here's the target. Bada boom, bada bing. And it doesn't think about it. It can do this with running 4 different systems simultaneously on 5 different contracts, right? And it doesn't, at the end of the day, it's not tired. It's not breaking a sweat. So that really intrigued me. So I tried for like 2 months on a demo account, $100,000 demo account. And it was cool. After like 2 months, it was up like 12 grand. I'm like, okay, that's nice. I'm like, it's kind of boring for my taste, but that's awesome. And they said, oh, well, you're on the income kind of portfolio. We have one that's more aggressive. I'm like, oh, awesome. Okay. So then I like, let's try that. Put some 10 grand into a live money account. And it was kind of the same thing. It was like at one point, and this is why I'm traveling, right? I'm fishing in Alaska. I'm not able to watch this every day. I will, at one point it was up about 20% after like 3 weeks. I'm like, okay, all right, I like this. And then I started talking to him. I was like, well, I noticed that on some days, it made money on the S&Ps, but lost money on crude, and it kind of, sorted it all out. And then, and I'd also like to goose it a little bit. Like 10 grand, the micros, that's not that interesting to me. And so we started talking through, and it's like, well, if you want to just run stuff on, it's like you can run these 4 programs on the S&Ps, these 4 programs on the NASDAQ, and you can do the regular size account. Let's try that. So that's what I'm in the middle of trying right now. And I really like it because, again, you can kind of see what it's doing all day. You can watch it, say, oh, it just got long. Man, it's riding this trend longer than I would have. And it's great. And so anyway, I'm excited to kind of show, I always feel like, these guys are out there doing their thing. I always like to kind of take a look at it and say, is this something that I would use personally? And the exciting thing about that to me is that I would, I guess my dream with this is I set it up where, is this like $100,000 account or even a larger account, and just turn it on. And then at the end of the month, do you let it grow, or is there money there that you can wire out? And it's like, instead of being your own employee, trading and hitting all the buttons, it's like, having something that's working for you, doing something that you understand, but taking a lot of the pressure off you so you can focus maybe on swing trades and stuff like that. Anyway, I think it's pretty awesome. So I'd like to do at this point then is I'm going to be quiet and introduce Christian, who is going to be presenting kind of this program that they've created over at Ninjacators. And I want to listen to it because I know at some point, if at some point you guys feel like, oh, okay, this is a lot and it's pretty complicated, I've got the quick start card. Like I went through everything, was like, oh, okay, you really only need to know this much. And I think, Christian's probably going to tell you this much, but we can dial it in. And like, these are the things that you need to know. I might be wrong on that, Christian, but just a guess.
No, you're right. Hey, thanks, John, and hello and welcome, everyone. It's really a pleasure to be here tonight. Thanks for having me. Super excited about this event today. And it was funny, like as you explained your journey, and you're a very seasoned trader, right? Where you have your market bias, you know what you do, you have your like option day trades, swing trades, everything you do. and integrating something on top of everything was really just not much more work as soon as it's up and running, is very intriguing. But obviously there's no, it's not an ATM. It's not a, you sign up today and tomorrow you will be a gajillionaire. But it's a real solution for real traders that seek real results. And that is what I will show you today. I'm super excited.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. And one of the things that I really liked about it is that, a lot of times people have, the best way to trade if you're trading discretionarily is that, see how you feel when you're trading a discretion, not a real account. My mind just went blank, but it's a demo account, right?
Demo account.
A lot of times if you're trading a demo account, nobody has any emotion around it and they do great. I even get emails from people going, look, I did so good on my demo account the last 6 months. Will you send me money so I can trade it for real and we can split the profits? I'm like, no, but what's great about this, and that I think the piece of the puzzle that intrigued me was something like this, is that, you can even, this is something where once you get comfortable with it, that you get comfortable with the system, you can kind of up the leverage a little bit to where if you were doing it yourself, you'd probably be nervous. But what's nice about it is the system isn't nervous. And so it takes that out of it. Anyway, there's a few things like that I just thought were pretty cool. And anyway, I'm going to turn this off and I will be listening with everybody else. Obviously I've been through this, but I always think that, you can never learn. I always like to see if there's something else I pick up and everything like that as I've been on this journey.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thanks, John. I would say then let's get started. I will share my screen here. Please let me know if that comes up for you guys. Yeah, that seems to work, right? Perfect. Now, let me turn off my camera here for a second. And then we get up and going here. So yeah, again, hello, welcome again to this free event. We will talk about fully automated algobots, what John just said, and how they have the potential to help you to become very successful, even with a small trading account. Now, before we dive into the good stuff, there is some legal stuff, some disclaimers I need to go over pretty quick about the results we share here today. All results we share in this presentation are based on real life money, no hypothetical results, no simulated results. The customer results I will share with you today, my results I will share with you today, real account statements, are live verified account statements. And then there is also one more statement I will show you today from Christoph, and the results are verified by the World Cup Trading Championships. All live money results are not indicative for future results, and we don't guarantee any future performance. Trading is always risky. And this entire event is for educational purposes only. So this is a training event for education. The information in this event is really to help you understand how to use our bots, NinjaCators bots, and is not an intent or an investment advice, and no recommendation to purchase any financial instrument or trade any financial instruments. Publisher exemption. Simpler Trading is a publisher of financial information and is therefore an exempt from certain registration requirements under the security laws. The exemption allows us to disseminate information and tools such as training on NinjaCators tools and trading bots to the public. Simpler Trading is not registered or licensed by a government body and any restriction to give investment advice or provide investment recommendations. As such, we do not offer personalized investment advice or act as a broker-dealer or investment advisor, and do not provide legal, tax, or any professional advice. You should consult with your own legal, tax, and financial advisor before using any trading tools or NinjaCators trading tools, and make any investment decisions on your own. And this training should not be used as a basis to making any investment. And there's no endorsement and no guarantee. The performance of the automated trading systems I show you here today is not guaranteed. Again, I will show you that we have made a lot of money with it, but past performance is never, guaranteed to have also future performance or the future results. All trades, patterns, charts, systems discussed in this presentation and in this product with all materials are for purpose, for the my goodness, illustrative purposes only, and do not be to be constructed as a specific advisory recommendation. Simple Trading does not endorse any particular company or security, and any reference to specific companies or securities during this webinar are purely for educational purposes. Use any of the trading bots, automated trading systems, and training in financial instrument involves significant risk, including the possibility of loss of principal, and is not sustainable for every investor. You must be aware of the risk and be willing to accept them in order to invest in any type of security. Don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose. You should carefully consider your financial situation, objectives, and risk tolerance before engaging in trading activities. The use of the trading bots can result in rapid losses. Ooh, okay, now we have that out of the way. Now let's really dive into this. So now you heard me talking in this. You hear that I'm not a native English speaker. Original, I'm from Europe, from Germany. I made my way to the United States, about almost like 2 decades ago. And, just very quickly about me, some people here in the event might know me, but for all of you who don't know me, I just want to make sure you know whom you're talking to or listening to here today. So why should you listen to me about fully automated trading technology? After graduation, I started trading on the prop desk of one of Europe's largest banks. You saw me on camera a little bit earlier. The picture here shows me at that time. Obviously, that is a long, long, long time ago. And after leaving the trade desk, I co-founded an algorithmic hedge fund that was specialized in exploring short-term market anomalies in different future markets. We traded about 3 dozen or so different future markets. And I retired and sold my stake in the fund and began the next chapter of my life. I was married before, but then we had children. We have 2 little girls, and I started to enjoy life. I traveled a lot. I did a lot of fishing. One of my favorite things to do here was a nice schnook, basically caught directly in front of our property here. And life was good. Life is good, but also a little bit boring. So I basically went back into it. I bought a brokerage company. I co-founded a prop trading firm. I co-founded a trader recruiting company, and I started a software company that grew to become the #1 developer and seller of indicators and strategy for retail traders in the world, for Ninja Trader, and that is Ninja Caters. And that is what we are here to talk about. Today we're talking about fully automated strategies we have developed, and how to use them. Now, I know working with a lot of traders over the years, it is like day trading is really not easy. What John already said in the beginning, you need to be a very, very, very committed when you actually want to make this day trading thing work, right? And it's not a part-time job. And the fairy tale of, hey, I'm a day trader and I make all the money in the world I want, but I only chime in manual day trading when it's good for me and fits my schedule, is just not really working out. And a lot of you guys have probably tried this. So if you haven't been able to make the consistent money manual day trading you want, you're really not alone. I do not want to say you are in good company, because I really don't feel it is good company, but it's the majority of the people who actually do it, or try to do it and fail doing it. And making money from day trading is hard. And I know this sounds like a paraphrase, like 90% of day traders lose money. no matter what you trade. And it exactly doesn't matter if you want to day trade stocks, futures, options, forex, zero DT. It does not matter. The proven success rate for day traders is very, very low, and it's almost impossible to generate long-term results. Like, every trader can be successful for a month or two or half a year, but can you do it for a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years? Most people really can't. And again, the sacrifices you need to bring to be able to even try it are very hard, and some of you guys might know what I'm talking about. And if you have tried it and failed, then you find out that you are in a club you will never want to be part of. And guys, I owned a brokerage company. I saw it with my own eyes, what was going on. And, we had a rule, and that is something I didn't know before owning the brokerage, there is actually like a rule, which I will tell you about in a second. So now, it's not about, particularly my brokerage, but this is a study of over 100,000 trading accounts from a big US brokerage. Okay. And guys, all of these 100,000 folks who opened and funded their trading account all thought they were able to manually day trade and make money from it, right? Nobody will open up a trading account and think, well, I will probably lose it all. No, every single person, every single one of them was convinced they are smarter and they will be able to trade better and will make plenty of money doing that, right? Now, here is the club. That's a 90-90-90 club. That means, that 90% of all day traders lose 90% of their trading capital they deposit in their broker account in 90 days. And guys, what I'm showing you here, like, that's crazy, but it's the absolute reality. So your odds of manually day trading and getting the long-term outsized gains you're looking for are really slim to none. And some of you guys might have tried it, and I bet you really didn't get the results you want, right? The minority of people get. And now you might say, well, Christian, I'm different, and the next time around I try it, then everything will be better. Yeah, you might be, but it's a little bit catch-22, and the odds are definitely against you. Now, it's not entirely your fault. Now, we have not really too long here, and I want to really keep it very brief as possible, because I also want to show you our software and our results, and I will do that in a second. But this year is a very, very important part that a lot of folks forget that actually try to manual day trade. You just think about your time investment and the effort and the stress and the craziness of day trading, but it's really not entirely your fault, because when you realize who you are up against. Now, John told you already, everything we are doing with fully automated trading is in the future markets for a good reason. Now, this should not be a lecture why you should trade futures, but it's a wonderful asset class to trade, and literally the only asset class you should choose if you choose automated trading systems. But here's something what is really eye-opening for a lot of you, I bet. And there's a study, and the study is from the U.S. Commodity Future Trading Commission, basically the governor of the regulated future trading in America. Now, the study is from March 2019, so it's a little bit older, but bear with me. What did they study or look at? And they looked at the entire trading volume of every single future contract traded in the United States. The biggest majority of it is traded on the CME exchange. And those are the contracts that you maybe trade every day or have traded before or plan to trade in the future. E-mini S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, gold, crude oil, all these instruments with huge volume and the biggest future trading volume in the world. And Now, when we take a look of the share of the automated executions, of the entire transactions, it is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, the currencies on the left-hand side, that is your 6E, 6J, and whatnot. 2019 already, 92.87% of all orders traded on U.S. soil, on like U.S. regulated futures, were traded by automated systems, not manual traders. Equities, this is your S&P, your NASDAQ, your Dow. Over 80% fully automated orders, not manually executed. 87 financials, your bonds, your nodes, energies, 80%, metals, 82%. You get the gist of it. Now, the entire volume, because the study was released in 2019, the numbers are till end of 2018. The entire trading volume in the future market from U.S. traded futures, automated systems made 86.83% of all trades, which is completely mind-blowing. Just about 13 point some percent were manual trades. Now, this is even more shocking. So the estimate of what is happening right now, the total amount of trading volume across all US future markets in 2024 is 95.22%. That means if you are manually trading your S&P, your NASDAQ, your gold, your crude, like, you are the absolute minority, right? And if you are up against that, that also paints the picture why it's probably not necessarily only your fault if you are not able to make the money you want in the market, if you're trading against something that, is smarter, faster, and has more endurance than you have, right? So now, to make money day trading in today's markets, you just have two solutions I am aware of. You might say, well, Christian, I have 7 other solutions. That is great, and let me know if we talk. But there are just 2 solutions I am aware of. First is you need to get gold trading skills, okay? And I'm not talking about, hey, I learned a little bit here and I have one set up. I trade every Wednesday at noon or whatnot. No, you need to really commit to this. As John said before, day trading is hard and is really time intense. You need to commit to it and say, well, every second the market is open, I sit in front of the screen. I, learn everything I need to learn. I really become one of the best traders. And then, yes, you have the chance to manually get the results you want from the markets. But you already saw in our 90-90-90 or in the 90-90-90 study I showed you that the odds are really stacked against you. Okay, now, very, very crazy. Now, the solution number 2 is, use fully automated day trading bots that already have gold trading skills. These bots we'll take a look at in a second. Guys, they can trade, right? You don't need to tell them when and how and where. No, they do everything for you. They search for the trade, they enter the trade, they manage the trade, they exit the trade. They are better traders than most people on this webinar, and including me and John most likely. And guys, I know my way around manual trading too. I learned it from the peak up. Like, that was my profession for a big part of my trading career. But these bots can trade better than I ever was able to trade manually, like, hands down. Now, when we talk about results, we always, and I read the disclaimer before, I always want to point out, if I share my results or other people's results here, these results are great results. I might do it better than most. I choose the bots exactly I want. I do position sizing my way. I tell them when to trade. So there might be some discretion in these results, just for the purpose of, you cannot take it out of the box, turn it on, and it will be your ATM, okay? But ever since we launched this very particular type of robots we're talking about here today, that was May 1st, 2024, right there, till basically yesterday, I traded this account, and the bots made me $53,056.10. This is live money. This is not simulated results. As I told you before, we're just talking about live money returns, only to get you a sense of what this can actually do. Now, don't take my word for it. And I want to take me actually a little bit out of the equation, but I want to also show you what other people have actually accomplished with these bots already. Now, some of you might be aware of this institution, World Cup Trading Championships. Every year they have, traders from all around the globe basically trading live money and trying to get the crown of best trader in the world champion. They have two main competitions. One is the Forex competition. We'll not talk about it today. And one is the future competition. And then they have their yearlies. Obviously, year is just like, half in, but they post the quarterly returns. And what I wanted to show you here is one of our guys in the ranking of the Q2 Future Day Trading Championship, World Championship. Christoph Radecker here was able to accomplish to be the runner-up, and he used Ninjacators, fully automated day trading bots, the exact day trading bots we will talk here about today. And he made 97.7% net profit with these bots, okay? Exactly the same bots I will show you in a second. Now, also, it is not that it's just me or Christoph or a very, small amount of folks who are actually making a lot of money with it. No, we do something every single month. We have our trading contest where every body who's using our automated bots can be part of a trading contest and can enroll with their real life account statements. It's a real life money contest, okay? So that means we have, I don't know how many folks send in their contest for June, but these are the results for June this year. That's just the first 10 places. And you see that John C. was able to generate 135.72% monthly net profit. Scott S. 118, and down to 7.39. Now, this is obviously exceptional. They are using the bots on their terms. They size them on their terms. They select them on their terms, but they did it with real money. And now you might say, well, Christian, this is a big margin between 135 and 7%. How is it possible that these folks have so different returns? Well, I will talk a little bit about it in a bit here too, but it's basically the more money you risk or the higher your risk is, the higher your potential reward is. So somebody who's saying, I go all in, can have a higher return than somebody who says, well, I only want to have 15 or 20% drawdown, okay? But we'll talk about it in a second. Now, we launched, this program that really revolutionized fully automated algo bots for retail traders. And it is not the only or the first automated trading product we have launched. And we have helped thousands. I don't know what the exact number is. It's over 3,000. That's what I know is, we're really helping people, to generate long-term outsized gains on autopilot. And, we have helped, again, over 3,000 people from all walks of life that have before struggled to make consistent money they want from their trading business. And we've helped them to start outperforming the markets like we do in a way they never thought possible before because they were struggling with their manual trading. And for some, it's already life-changing. And, to reach that level of active investing success they always wanted. And some others still are on the journey to reach their goals. And I've no doubt they, if they follow the simple steps we show them and are involved in this process, they will be able to outperform the markets on autopilot. And, and really in a way they never thought possible before. So now what I'm about to show you today changes the way traders can use the power of algobots forever, because, you know, we have bots specifically designed for day trading. These are not swing trading bots or boring bots. I like the comment from John at the beginning. It's like, hey, I trade this, and then within a couple of months, I'm just up 10 or 12%. This is kind of like boring. Do you have something with more action? Yes, this year is more action. This is day trading action. Actually, we don't even name it day trading. We call it day raiding, because the only purpose of these bots is to get the most amount of money out of the markets every day, every week, every month. And most importantly, the bots can be used on any day trader's terms. So you don't need to be special to be able to do it, okay? The day rating bots can be used with any size of trading accounts, even small accounts. They can, deliver short-term results, weekly, monthly results. Now, will you make money every day, every week, every month? No, you will not, right? But they have the potential to do it. You will have losing days, you will have losing weeks, sometimes you have losing months. It is trading, it's not an ATM, but you have absolutely the shot of the short-term trading results. And they can be customized to fit any day trader's needs. So now any day trader can use algobots to rate the markets like a real pirate captain. And no matter what account size you have, no matter if you're already using algobots, automated systems, or you never used any of that before, no matter if you feel you're a tech wizard or not, it is very, very, very straightforward. Okay, so now, as you can imagine, these are big words, and it is not an easy task to accomplish what we have accomplished. So we actually, I'm building automated strategies for almost 2 decades. Okay, now when I was trading at the trading desk, not. But like the moment I co-founded, obviously, like a hedge fund, an algo hedge fund, that was our core, right? Now, the technology, guys, 20 years back to today is not even comparable. 20 years ago, if you tell somebody about fully automated trading, they didn't even know what they should say. There were some pioneers in there, who kind of like pioneered the automated trading ranks on the professional side, but for retail trading, not even thinking about it, right? And when I think about the cost and effort we went through building fully automated systems 20, 15 years ago, even 10 years ago, it was very hard. Alone the computing power and the technology was just not there. And the technology has evolved in a way today that we are able to build something, what I'm about to show you in a second, and even be able to give it to you guys that you can use it. It is phenomenal. So now, what are the building blocks? And I will show you on my trading machine in a second here too, but I want you to get the gist of it first, okay? Now, like a true pirate captain, we need a treasure map, right? Obviously, every pirate captain needs a treasure map. That is a no-brainer. Now, though back in the day, a treasure map can be multiple things, right? But it's basically, was always based on somewhat information. Hey, this ship is going there. Hey, somebody buried that there. Hey, there's a convoy there. We can go and raid them, okay? So now, in the modern world, we have basically taken our treasure map approach and built something that we call our modern treasure map, which is predictive cycle analysis. Okay. Now, I'm not really familiar with this software here. Do I have a marker? Let me see. I'm not sure. Well, I just need to talk you guys through. So I don't find there's a tool. No. Okay, so yeah, let's just talk it through. So you basically see the overlays on this chart. You see the red areas and the green areas. Okay, and red is short, green is long. It's as easy as that. However, the way we actually build that treasure map is very, very unique. So what we do is something like predictive cycle analysis. We have servers running on our end. For every market, we have one server to accumulate tick by tick data and use this data with the latest technology to predict the future as good as we can. That is our pressure map. Okay, so and if you are looking at this, we know, let's say, an hour or 2 or 3 or 5 hours ahead of the time that we are either going, wanted to go long or short in the market, right? So only to have these predictive areas where we know we have the edge to go long or short is very, very quite sensitive. However, it's not enough to make the most money we want. Now, what we do is we created real-time self-optimizing algo bots that are running on that treasure map. That means every time the market enters a long area, some robots will do a real-time analysis, and if there is an opportunity to actually catch a long trade, they will enter the trade, they will place a stop, they will manage the trade, they will close the trade, fully automated. And they are real-time self-optimizing with every incoming data tick there is, okay? Now, this is how it works. It is very, very unique. And let me show you how it works and or looks in the real world. Can you guys see my trading screen right now? Please let me know.
We can see it just fine, Christian.
Okay, perfect, good. So here are a couple of things I want to point out to you. And I will just show you, every single, item, we are looking at, and then we're diving into it a little deeper, okay? So from top to bottom, on top right here, you see my NinjaTrader Control Center. So all the charts or all the items you see here are either NinjaTrader widgets. The NinjaTrader is a future trading platform, and the trading platform where our robots will be integrated in. If you're not using NinjaTrader right now, don't worry. It is very easy and intuitive to learn, and it's free for everybody who sim trades, and we will help you even to install it. So don't worry about it right now. Now, and you see in this control center, there are a couple of items or line items set up. Blackbeard scalp rating bot, Blackbeard long 9 spot, and so on and so forth. So you see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 robots in the S&Ps and 5 robots in the NASDAQ setup right now, okay? Now, below here are charts. Now, you don't really need don't necessarily need any charts, but it's always great to see what the robots have done in the past. And also, you will see right now what I mean with the treasure map, okay? So let me maximize this here for a second. So this here is one robot, our long 9s, for instance. You can see that today, in this huge update, this robot has not had any bias, because we had a white background, it didn't do any trading, okay? Now you see when the area was red, the robot was looking for short-term opportunity. If the background was blue, we were looking for long trades. And we can basically scroll through here and then see these predictive zones, which have been plotted, they're always plotting a couple of hours ahead of time, and then the robots see if we'll find an entry into the market. And you can see here are a couple of trades where the robot was in a long bias that we see on this blue background, and then it took a long trade right here, exited there, took a long trade right there, exited there. And then we can basically go through, here's another one that was a loser, here's another one that was a winner, so on and so forth. And we do that with multiple different robots in multiple different markets, okay? Now, and I will talk about that in the second year too, but for now, let me just go over the rest of the screen so we can take a look at it. This year is the trade performance. We'll not concentrating on that right now, but I wanted to show you this year actually. This year. So this is a piece of software that we built, and that comes with the fully automated Algobots. Okay. Now, what is that, and how can we use it, and what can this do to be able to actually even select the robots you want to trade? As I said before, we have multiple robots, and in this case, there are 52 combinations, all of them you see right here, in multiple different markets. And this is the performance for every single robot for as long as we track the data. You see this robot here traded the S&Ps. That's a range trading bot. The net profit, the maximum drawdown, the number of trades, so on and so forth. So we have 52 of those in here. And we actually have this tool to combine the performance of all of them to be able to see, okay, what would be the results be if we would trade all the potential combinations there are at the same time, as well as start maybe even easing in and selecting a little bit more, okay? So as you say here, from this window here, this year is a little bit smaller portfolio where only about 12 bots are set up, okay? And just in the micro markets, a lot of you guys might trade the micro markets, and we'll talk about that in a second. And all robots work in the micro markets. You can basically just say, okay, I want to trade these 12 bots, and then you would basically see the performance of these bots, historical performance of these bots together, and you can start looking at the analysis and also check out the equity curve and everything. Okay, now we'll take a look into that a little bit later too. Now, what I really wanted to show you is how easy it actually is to set up, no matter if you have prior experience with automated systems or you are absolutely new to it. Now, as John already said, there is a learning curve, and we cannot talk about every single detail here in this session tonight, but we are obviously very much prepared to help everybody who comes on board and works with us to do the same what we did with John, to basically show him exactly, okay, here are the 3 steps involved, and it is as easy as 1, 2, 3 to actually get those robots up and running. Okay. Now, if you right mouse click here, say new strategy, you can already go into the selection, Ninjacators, and you can see that there are 4 bots to choose from. We have one bot that is called Long Nines. That is our Joker bot, which looks just for very big whale trades. We have a range rating bot, which only trades in a range trading environment. Okay, we have a scalp rating bot, which is just scalping in and out of positions relatively quickly, and we have a trend rating bot, which is designed to really ride some trends. Now, the market can only be in 1 or 2 different stages. Either it's in trending or in balancing mode, right? And the robots can detect the current market condition, and if the market is ranging or trending, and based on that, they decide, I can trade, I can go long, I can go short. It is as easy as that. If you want to set up a robot, you just double click on it. You have your settings menu. You can choose which market you want to trade. Let's say you want to trade the E-mini S&P. You double click on it, say okay, and the robot will show up right here. And the only thing you need to do is click enable, and the robot is ready to trade. Okay, ready to trade means finds entries, enters automatically without your interaction, places stops, manages the trade, closes out the trade. Is as easy as that. Okay, I will disable this one here and basically remove it here from that section. I can come and will come back to the screen a little bit later to show you, more. I bet a lot of you guys have probably very specific, detailed question about, these different building blocks. But I also do not want to make it too overwhelming and too boring when it comes down to the technicalities. The bottom line of this is absolute helping already so many folks getting the results they want. And, I already shared some of these results with you here. Okay. Now, the name is Blackbeard Pro to be precisely. These are the Blackbeard Pro day trading algobots. Now, who are these bots for, or who is Blackbeard for? Blackbeard is for the trader and investor. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or a pro who values certainty over risk. Blackbeard is for the trader and investor who wants to win in any market condition, no matter if the market is going up or down or sideways. The robots and the mix of robots is there that it doesn't matter if the market tanks, we trade short. If the market goes up, we trade long. If the market goes sideways, we try to scalp between them. Okay. Blackbeard is for the trader and investor who wants to grow and protect their capital on autopilot without the need of manual trading. So you don't need to sit there every single second when the market is open, but the robots will do the job for you. Blackbeard is for the trader and investor who wants to be rich, not happy. And that's exactly it. Instead of poor and miserable or rich and miserable, no, rich and happy. And Blackbeard is for the trader investor that realize you are human after all. John said it at the beginning, day trading is a hard business and you can only do so much. If you need to sit in front of your screen all day, every day, that is just not a life, right? And also you as a human, how many trading systems or strategies or setups you actually can trade, right? You cannot trade 5, 7, 10 different markets at the same time or day trade, with multiple different setups. That is something robots can actually help us with this fantastic technology. So I want you to imagine, like, if you had one bot that could give you a trading edge from here until you retire, like every year it works for you and it does better than you could ever hope to do. And, wouldn't it be wonderful to have like a bot just like that? Now, what if you would have 2 of those? What if you have 3 of those? What if you have a whole team of bots working for you around the clock without taking a break and trade for you without having to lift a finger or making any manual trade in your life again if you don't want? Wouldn't that be wonderful? And what would that be worth to you? I think it could be reasonable to say it would be worth at least 6 figures, right? At least 6 figures, at least $100,000 a year, if you had a whole team of fully automated algobots out there working longer than you can work and trading better than you manually can trade. And with Blackbeard, you get 4 automated algobots, each with a proven 10-year trading edge and backwardation certainty. And this is exactly what you want when you are looking at fully automated systems that can actually trade any specific market condition in multiple markets at the same time. Okay. So can you see how something like this can easily be the difference of you making money or retire, like, maybe early, or maybe a retirement's worth of money within the next 3 to 5 years? I bet you can, right? So now a lot of you probably say like, wow, okay, Christian just showed me this very quick. Robots, I never traded with automated systems. I am not really a technical person. What is, like, you give this all to me, and that's great, but does it come with a manual? Like, is it how does it work, right? I'm not sure how who of you knows IKEA. Obviously, I'm from Europe, growing up with IKEA as the Swedish furniture store, right? Where you buy something and you need to assemble it on your own. Like, it completely is insane. I'm not sure if it's today the same, but back in the day, you bought something and it took like 3 days to assemble, right? And it's often the case with trading strategies, bots, automated systems, that it all feels good, it all sounds good, but what is it worth to you when you really need to assemble it, right? So now, if you could basically legally, if I could give you something that actually works and can produce for you, like ready out of the box, that would be wonderful, right? And that is exactly what we do with these bots. It does not only come with a software, but we have a very simple 3-step on-demand action and execution plan, where we help you going through this 3-step process, which is proven and which has worked for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of traders already. No matter if you're new to fully automated trading or if you're a fully automated trading veteran. In the first step, we're helping you with the setup. We'll help you to choose the computer or remote computer, do all the installation work with you. You start studying the historical trades, what I showed you before, where you say, well, show me the performance of the last 5 years, so you can make a smart choice of the selection of the robots you actually want to trade. In the second point, you choose your risk level. You say, okay, I want to risk 15, 20% of my account. I want to risk 50%, whatever it might be. You choose your position size, and you start trading these robots in simulation the same way John did, right? Even though the simulated trading environment is not, really, like an indicator when you trade manually. When you trade with an automated system, it very well is, because you can really just start seeing the performance, and seeing is believing, right? And just start doing it. As soon as you have done that, you go into the scaling. You can tweak the robots, you can tweak the position size, you can start trading with live money, and then start scaling your account and trade with more size. It's as easy as that. And we make this process super easy. And as I say, guys, hundreds and hundreds, or even in this case, thousands of people have gone through the process and, successfully really mastered this and get out of the market what they want to get out of it. So now that's all good and nice, but there's one major part which, we are eager to teach you, and we'll also give you all technical tools you need to pull this off. And you have heard that quote before, I bet. Every battle is won before it's fought. Trading is no different. If you are planning your trade ahead of time, then you have a fighting chance. If you wait until the market opens and then you trade like a maniac until the market closes, you will not be successful. And it's not different with fully automated algobots, okay? Now, what we put in here is our daily rating crew builder and magic position sizing calculator. And that part solves very, very quickly the number one problem of most day traders, and that's position sizing, right? And I assume most of you who day trade were there. you either over leverage or you're under leverage. You are not entirely sure what to do. Now, with these two tools we give you, you can plan your rate ahead of time. So you make sure to really, be in line with the right leverage, with the right risk in the most easiest way possible. And that is a crucial part of the software component you will get access to if you come on board and join Blackbeard today. Now, you might ask yourself, well, this is great. And you were talking a little bit about, predictive analysis and the robots, how they work, with the treasure map, and all of this. Will this just stop working like one day? And the answer is, well, like everything is possible, right? I'm not saying it will work for the next 1,000 years, but, it is not a static system. And that is also the difference between an automated system, what you might have looked at in the past or eyeballing right now or heard about, which is scary, which is a static mechanical system. But this year is a very dynamic system, and the dynamic system is the predictive component there. And the predictive component automatically is updated or gets updated every 4 to 6 weeks if needed. And that's why, in this package, I have here today for you, you have the Edge Shield protection included, which means that we are collecting all the data for the predictive treasure map, and you are just getting these updates pushed through automatically, that your algobots always stay up to date without the need of you, worrying that, you have a piece of software that is obsolete in the next, couple of months. Okay. It's a fantastic piece here. Also, even though we have a very, very clear, structured, easy, member area where you can go through in the 3 steps, what I told you about. We have a lot of live trading or live, rating education here for everyone who wants to really do this together with us live. We do weekly live Jumpstart classes where you can come in, ask questions. It's a very, wonderful environment, and you can learn everything about it. And also much more important is we do weekly power practice sessions. So even if you come in and you don't know nothing about the future market or about trading or what, you can start learning these items, because you don't need to learn how to trade. You only need to learn how to manage. And that is exactly what we do right here in these Jumpstart classes. Also, we're trading these robots live every single day. And, you're welcome to join us twice a week. Twice a week, we open up our room and you can rate the markets with us. You can see how we do it, what we select, which settings we use, what we do, how we interact with the robots. And you can learn from those, classes a lot. Fantastic live classes. Now, because we're doing this together with John and the Simpler team right here, we also have some very, very special items we added to this offer. And one is our first part of the automated trading mastery, and that is the psychology and the money management and position sizing class. So this is a kickstart class. John and our from the Simpler Trading end, and Craig from our end will live host on Saturday, July 20th at 11 a.m., where we kickstart this entire process of psychology and money management and position sizing with the robots, that you get off on the right foot. I'm super excited about this class. Now, I cannot be there because I'm sitting in the airplane at that time, but there's a second class, the Automated Trading Mastery Part 2. where we do a performance check-in, and we're creating or putting the final touches on the trading plan. And that class is on Tuesday, August the 20th. John and I will do it together with you, and then we can really get you fired up to start the scaling with these robots. Now, this is obviously super, super exciting. Some of you might have done it already. If you come to our website, you can buy what I just showed you minus the 2 specific classes for $14,997. We're selling it for that price every day on the website. And it's a steal of a deal for what it can deliver, no question. But because you showed up here today and because we're doing this event with Simpler Trading together, we've prepared a very, very special deal for you here. And that is the special webinar offer. Now, it has 2 parts, so bear with me for a second. This was my first idea, where we say, okay, instead of $14,997, we shave off 30%, and we just do it in 2 installments of $4,997 each. And then we're internally discussing and talking. It's a great price. There's no question about it. And but we wanted to do something what we never did before, very, very special, to give the biggest amount of folks the opportunity to come on board and start using these predictive, fully automated algobots. And that's why today, in this special webinar offer, you can get access to everything I showed you for just 1 payment of $4,997. This is not a subscription. This is not a recurring payment. This is a one-time payment of $4,997, and you own this for the rest of your life, including everything I showed you already. Now, I'm not entirely sure who does that. The enrollment for this is open right now. Yeah. So you should see a pop-up on your screen. If you click that button, it will bring you to the enrollment form. If you are ready to go and want to secure your copy of the Blackbeard Pro Day Trading Algobots, you can do it right now. And we'll take a look at that form here in a second too. But I have a little bit more for you here too. But enrollment is open. Go over there, start enrolling if you are ready. Now, we like to over-deliver, and I think that is also one of the reasons that that John invited us over here. Obviously, he has a vast interest for himself in what we're doing to trade it for on his own, but also. Our reputation and our team is really here to set the bar at the highest level we can. Now, we were thinking about how can we make this enrollment even better, and what specific can we do that could benefit everybody who comes from the Simpler Trading trader audience here. And we created something that is like the dojo. From the Matrix, right? Where Neo can instantly up-level his skills, and he can do things instantaneously he could never do before, right? And these are the items we will have as bonus added to this offer if you choose to enroll. The very first thing is our bonus number 1, our day rating creation lab. Now, if you are really interested in how and technical details of automated systems and how we actually build our predictive treasure maps, on how we create our entry triggers, what are we doing, what is our secret sauce to be able to create the performance we are creating for our clients and us, then you're welcome to be part of the day rating creation lab, day rating bot creation lab, where once a week we come together and we look at scenarios like, what can be done better, maybe new entry triggers can be created. Like, it is literally like a lab. If we create new stuff right there, you get it, you will get instant access to it. Again, especially everybody who is absolutely geeky about the how, you can get a lot of insight right there. And you get a bonus number 2, and that's our crow's nest. And the crow's nest, is designed to get you the intel you need as fast as possible, but not from us that we have, the content and everything we teach you, but you will hear success stories as well as failures from other people who are using the software. Now, success stories is easier, obviously, right? There are more people, the people who are successful are mostly happy to share the information. I did this, I did that. So it's like a hot seat where a user actually, talks about his experience, how he or she has done it. Now, there are still folks who, are not that good and mess it up because they are, just turning it on and off, or, doing other crazy things maybe in the beginning. And, they will tell us about their mistakes, and so that you don't need to make those mistakes. So these are very, very cool classes. And, that's your bonus here, and moving forward. And there's a third bonus. And that is our monthly Algo bot day rating contest. You already saw some of our traders' results in the beginning. The June competition basically, was wrapped up, I guess, 5-6 days ago. We announced the winners of the June trading competition. These are competitions everybody who is a Blackbeard Pro member can be part of. And, it's not only fun, but you can actually make a lot of money on the side by actually, sending us your trade performance. We're paying out $10,000 in cash prizes every single month. And we also have a computer giveaway just for participating. There's a draw, and every single month we give away a Falcon trading computers and a computer and monitors to one of the contestants. Fantastic contest. Again, these are the 10 folks from last month. The very first prize is $2,500 cash, and the Market Raider of the Month trophy, $1,500 cash, and so on and so forth. Okay, so all included if you sign up for the Blackbeard Pro robots today. Okay, now, I can already, see it. I don't read the question, but like, okay, Christian, but what if that's not working? Like, what if, well, no, don't think about what if. Don't never, ever buy anything without a guarantee. You get a 30-day money back guarantee if you sign up for Blackbeard Pro. If in 29 days and, 59 minutes from now, 29 minutes from now, that you want to get your money back, send us an email. We'll give you your money back. We part as friends, right? I know that probably 99% of you will never ever ask for your money back, because when you see what this can do and how this can change your trading results, you will never want to give that away again. But it's there if you needed a 30-day money-back guarantee. Also, you might be new to futures, new to Ninja Trader, or technically not really, like at a level where you say, I'm not entirely sure if you can do this. We don't only teach you how to do things in the most simple way, but we are also, hands-on, helping you install everything. So this package comes with a white glove setup. That means if you decide to go all in and become part of our Robot Lab rating crew and use those day trading bots, you will get a white glove installation setup where one of our technicians connects with you and will set up everything for you, including the trading platform, including our software, whatever you need to get you up and running fast. Okay. So we are here and doing it together with you. Now, wow, this is a lot. I know. I have one more, but this year comes with a condition. there's a fast action bonus. So this fast action bonus, only the folks who sign up tonight for Blackbeard will get. This, if you sign up tomorrow, this will not be available. Now, this is my favorite trading book, and some of you might know it. The Man Who Solved the Market, Jim Simons. Jim Simons is the godfather of algorithmic trading and has pioneered that space, better than anybody else. And he is, up till today, the most successful hedge fund manager in the world. Like there is, you don't hear about him in the press. He unfortunately died this year. I think it was in January or February. But he already in the early 80s started using computer models to automatically trade the markets. If you don't know this book, it's a must read for everybody who even thinks remotely about automated trading. And the best thing is, if you sign up for Blackbeard today, we'll send you a hard copy of the book and in the mail. So sign up and get your book. Now, I will summarize what you get when you sign up today very quickly, and then we're going into some questions here, okay? So when you are going to get, or when you go all in, you're going to get the 4 automated day trading bots with real-time self-optimization, including the market rating plan. You get the daily rating crew builder and magic position sizing calculator. You get the Edge Shield protection. You get 2 live algo rating sessions a week. You get weekly jumpstart classes. You get this special event with John and Craig, the psychology and money management and position sizing. You get event with John and me, the performance check-in and trading plan. And then you get a 3-step on-demand action execution plan. And bonus number 1, day rating creation lab. Bonus number 2, crow's nest. Bonus number 3, monthly algo rating contest. And all of this for just one payment of $4,997, no subscription. Okay. Now, when I check this out now, and maybe I can. I go here. So if you click the link you saw in the webinar software popping up for the enrollment, it will look like this. You can come in here. Here's everything I showed you explained in detail. We put some bullet points in. You see the markets we're trading. The S&P, the NASDAQ are the most heavy traded markets. And then we have also the Dow, crude oil, on gold. Everything is here. And if you are ready to go, yes, I'm all in. You automatically come to the order form. You see your money back guarantee on the order form right here. Everything you get, just go over here, sign up, put your credit card details in, and get instant access right now to this. All right, I stop you for a second. Jason, do we have any questions?
Oh my, Christian, we have got questions. That was amazing. And everyone that has put your questions in, we see you, Chuck, Mark, Patel, Joseph, David. Rest assured, we're going to get to your questions. Those of you that have already signed up, welcome. This is Jason with Ninjacators. I want to be one of the first to welcome you to Blackbeard. And Christian, while we gather these questions, and folks, please put them in the questions box. We're going to do our best to keep up, but we will get to all of them. Christian, let's just address the biggest challenge and probably the biggest elephant in the room for a lot of folks. So if I'm watching this and I'm new to trading, or I'm used to trading stocks and options, and I've never traded futures, let alone automated trading, can I do this? What is it about that puts day trading success within reach for me as a beginner, or maybe even a trader with limited resources?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. So the answer is, I believe, yes. Why I'm saying this is not because I'm here to say, well, I want to sell this to you so badly, but because I've seen it. I would say that about half of the people using our software never traded futures in their life before, and probably 70% of our folks who are using the software today never used fully automated strategies before. So the answer is yes, I'm absolutely believing that everybody can do it. However, and this is however, as I said before, this is not ATM, right? And I want to be very, very clear about this. It's not that you buy this tonight, you load it up tomorrow, and next week you will be a gajillionaire, right? That's just not what it is. No, you need to invest, obviously, some time to learn this, okay? You need to learn how to set it up. Initial setup we do together with you, how to manage the robots, how to select the robots, how to position size. There are a lot of little moving pieces. Now, you don't need to be able to trade. And that is the beauty of this is, trading is so hard, but learning to manage a fully automated system is very easy for a human, right? Because it's a very logical A, B, C, step 1, 2, 3 process, which is not in a very challenging emotional environment. Of course, anything related to trading, even if it's automated trading, there are some emotions in. But as you never need to pull the trigger or even worry how to enter the market or when to enter the market, when to close a trade, where to put your stop, where to take profit, all of that is like shielded from you, a good portion. So back to the question, yes, I know, I have seen it. We have users which never used automated systems, which never traded futures, which never used NinjaTrader. Most of our users never used NinjaTrader before, and they are successful. So yes, I believe it can be done, but you need to invest some time to learn it.
Wonderful. Now, as questions are coming in, one of the initial questions that came in right away was from Deborah. And Deborah, I'm going to get to this eventually and read it word for word, but I'll paraphrase it for now. Christian, if I'm looking at this and I'm interested, but the idea of automated trading still is pretty foreign to me, even a little bit terrifying. You showed a screen with a lot of charts and a lot of bots, so it seems a little complex. How do I get started? If I sign up, how do I get started? And how do I put myself on the fastest path to seeing results?
Yes. So the very best thing to do is two things. One is after you sign up, you will get access to the member area. And I can show the member area in a second too. And there's a very straightforward, simple laid out plan 1, 2, 3, and you just start at the beginning and go through it. A very, very quick video course, and that will show you all the steps involved. That's number one. The second thing is after you purchase, you will also get an email from our tech concierge service offering you a white glove installation session. And then, book a session which is convenient for you, and then, have one of our technicians reach out to you. They will ask you a couple of questions, and then they will install everything for you. The platform, the robots, the first templates, the setup, a workspace, so that you have everything kind of like set up from the ground up. Now, if you do want to do it on your own, it's not a problem whatsoever. I would say within 15, 20 minutes, you can do it on your own, and you can do it tonight. And it's all laid out in the member area, so you are able to actually start doing it today. But again, if you're new, take advantage of the white glove installation session, and they will help you do this. And one word to, hey, it looks a little bit confusing when I look at your screen. I agree, if you're not used to it, it does. But if we have a little bit of time and a moment, I will show you how maybe a little bit cleaner version might look like in your initial version. Okay.
Perfect. I love this question from Pierre. It's early on. He said, my question is if your bots work, why don't you put more money into it instead of what you're saying and just go to the beach? Christian, why are we offering this to everyone?
You know, I love this question. In a longer webinar, I explain exactly why I'm doing this. And I really cut it all out today because I really wanted to go straight to the point. And I didn't want to have like a 3-hour event. But I love the question. I will answer this question. It will take 2 minutes. Okay. Now, you know my story, and you have you have seen where I'm coming from, right? So after I retired already once, I came back because like I'm just not the type of person who's going to the beach. And trust me, money-wise, that would be not a problem, right? I could have like parked my booty on the beach, 10 years ago, and I do not need to lift a finger anymore. But again, I invested, I bought a brokerage, I co-founded a prop trading firm, I fund traders, like all of these things, and build a software company because I'm really like, I have fun with it. So now I was always in the back row. You have not seen me anywhere, near front facing any of these brands, right? And then one thing happened, and it might sound completely stereotyped to you, but that is just exactly the reality. So come 2020, COVID, right? And most of you guys remember that. We have seen it obviously from miles away, right? Because overseas, everybody was already crazy. All of our families live in Germany, for instance. They already were in shutdown, and it was already crazy there. And then it came to America, and what happened? The stock market tanked, right? You remember this? It was in the February or March of 2020, and the markets went gaga because now everybody thought, well, the world might end. And then in these couple of days and weeks, and I promise, because compliance will probably completely ban me forever from making any webinar, just saying I made so much money with automated trading, it's not even funny, when the market was going down. But here's one thing is, in the same time, all of our outlets, the software company, our education companies, every company I own or in part with, which is connecting with retail traders, got letters, emails, phone calls about what should I do? My 401k, my savings are gone. Is the market complete depression? People losing their money, their houses, their savings, and we as a company or companies were looking, okay, what can we offer and do to maybe help, right? Like we did classes, we did everything. And then at one night I realized where, I looked at how much money I made on autopilot, and then all the people who actually lost and are completely depressed and didn't really know where to go from here. And then I realized for myself, well, maybe it can be time to actually, give people access to the robots. Long story short, that was when I made the decision, and then we launched it. It's a little bit longer, but I need to cut it short here.
Since then, we've helped a lot of folks, and there are, how many would you say are in our automated trading systems to date that we've helped so far, Christian?
I don't have the exact number, but it's over 3,000.
Right. And for those of you that are asking for a little bit of background on Ninjacators, we've been around for quite some time. Christian, if you scroll a little bit farther down, you can see the support team that'll be there to help you. And this is a perfect segue. Peter is asking, is there a step-by-step starting guide that includes getting the bots started, setting up the charts, all of that? So that whole setup, trade, and scale process, Christian, that you mentioned, how easy is that? How long does it take? And how step-by-step is it really?
Yeah, it's really step-by-step. And what I will show it to you actually in the member area very quick here. Let me go here.
While you're pulling that up, let's welcome some of the new folks into the program. Gonzalo, Hans, Gary, Andy, Dwayne, Jason, Jonathan, Stephen, Wayne, Tyler, Mohammed, Phil, Wade, Raul, David, E, Cleon, Scott. I'm still reading. I could go for a while. They are flying in. Let us be the first to welcome you. You're going to get an outreach from our team, and you're going to have that opportunity to access exactly what Christian is sharing right there, as well as schedule your white glove installation. Go ahead, Christian.
Yeah. So when the moment you sign up and enroll, you will get access to your member area. And it will look something like this. And you have a very straightforward schedule. Welcome on board. Get ready to rate the markets, where we really have a step-by-step on, okay, what can you expect, how to start, your computer recommendations, create a NinjaTrader account. This will take 5 minutes. Sign up and connect to live data. You will get the live data right away. You can schedule a white glove installation service where our technicians will install it. Or you can choose to install the Blackbeard day trading bots on your own. You click here, and then you go through this process. And installation video, it will take probably 5 minutes if you do it on your own. Again, if you want us to do it, book a white glove. We're doing it for you. And then we're basically go get to know your crew. We're talking, giving you intel about our trend rating bot, our range rating bot, our scalp rating bot, and our long nines bot. So into like really all details about those 4 bots. Again, each of these 4 bots can trade multiple different markets. That brings out a lot of diversification in your portfolio. And then, the third step or 3-step market rating plan. Step 1 is the Blackbeard mindset, where we go through and really, explain everything you need to know about the mindset you need to have. Then we talk about the risk and the opportunity and the crew construction. And after this, you are already ready to, use the software. And then, we go into start rating. Talk about all items that are needed, and so on and so forth. And here are the 3 bonuses. It's very, very nicely structured, and you just go from top to bottom. What I always would say is, if you're new to this, it depends on how much time you can allocate, right? If you allocate an entire weekend, you can go through this entire course, no problem. Maybe you just have an hour or 2 a day. It might a week for you to go through it. So that is about it.
Now, as folks are looking at this, 3 questions that we're getting a lot of right now, Christian. Can I use a different broker from NinjaTrader?
Absolutely. You saw on my statement, I use also a different broker, and that's Interactive Brokers. So Interactive Brokers and NinjaTrader Broker are 2 brokers which would be excellent for this. And you can just check it out. And I think we even talk about it here somewhere in the member area. But Interactive Brokers. And again, this is not a broker recommendation. This is just, Interactive Brokers connects completely seamlessly to NinjaTrader. So that's why Interactive Brokers is a good choice, or NinjaTrader Brokerage. NinjaTrader Brokerage right there would be the second choice, which is basically the brokerage of the platform. It's a discount future brokerage. In the member area, there's a video explaining our thoughts on any of these brokers. Again, that's just our thoughts. It's not a broker recommendation.
For those that are
one more thing, Jason.
Sorry.
If you are a legacy user of NinjaTrader, there are like 20 or 30 other brokers you can use. But if you never used NinjaTrader before, these 2 are your best options. Okay, sorry.
Awesome. No worries. Okay, so if I'm outside the US, I'm in Canada, UK, wherever, can I use this, and will it work on a Mac?
Wonderful. So yes, you can use it from everywhere in the world. We have people from, like Asia, Hong Kong, Europe, Africa, from literally all over the globe, even Canada. So I bet there are a few Canadian folks here which will ask the same question, because it's not that easy with future trading in Canada. But yes, you can do it in Canada too. And that's not a problem. Now, can you use it on a Mac? The answer is no. NinjaTrader is a Windows-based trading software, as like almost all desktop-based trading software solutions. However, what you can do, and we have a lot of Mac users, is you can use a remote computer the same way, or the same I have right here, for instance. This here is actually, this little window you see right here is actually a computer which is running in a server center, and I just remotely connect to it. And you can have a computer like that and connect to that computer with your Mac. We have a lot of users who do this. Now, if you ask, hey, do you have the technology or a provider who can do this for me? And the answer is absolutely yes. And we even show it in the member area. You will see a section where we talk about VPS solutions, and you can look it up, and you can get started with that right away too. What I like about it too is, especially if you're traveling, have that on a remote computer, and that's like perfect. Well, it's what John is doing too, right? Because then you can open up your laptop, connect, and you know that NinjaTrader and the robots are always working in a very stable environment in a server center. There's always electricity, there's always internet. You don't need to worry about all of that, and that's it. I like it a lot.
We're going to go deep on technology in here just a second, but one question we get a lot of, many folks looking to qualify for prop firm funding already are qualified and trading live. Christian, will this work with prop firms, Apex, Top Step, you name it? Is it designed to do that, and should they use it for that?
So it is not built specifically for that. We really build it for live money. And I just realized my camera was off. I just turned it back on. Sorry about that. Do we have folks who use it for prop firms? Sure. The one thing which I want to make 100% sure is, I know that a lot of prop firms actually don't allow fully automated systems. Now, I'm not really, familiar with that. Ask first before you do something you can't. Now, we have a prop firm. We allow fully automated trading. So with us, you can actually use it. That's not a problem. But again, everybody else, just ask. Okay.
Great question here from Joseph. What are the reasons for traders to lose money even while using the bots? How do you screw this up, Christian?
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Oh my, I love this question. So how you screw this up the fastest is you over leverage. That's it. Now, you can have a performance, like this year, for instance, right? Where, and let me just share this with you to really make this example here, okay? So let's see, equity curve, right? From, here to here, up whatever, $46,000, $48,000 right here. So you see, it's not always going up, but it's also sometimes going down, right? Shocker. So we will not win every day. We will not win every week, right? And let's just do a daily here, daily net profit. Here you see it. Now, again, these numbers might not be your numbers. These are my numbers based on my position sizing, my risk, and the way I want to have it. You can adjust it completely to what you want, to your position size, to your risk, and whatnot. So don't take these numbers as face value, but only as an example, right? You can see here every green bar is a winning day, right? This day I made $5,000 or so, or the bots made. But you see here, the day after, I lost 2,900. And there was a day at 5/23, I lost $10,209 in one day. Okay. Now that's okay, because at the end of the day, I made $50,000 between May and now. But if you have these days and you are over leveraged and you have too big of a position size, you will mess this up and you will burn your account before you come into the green. Now, the good thing, and lucky you, is that we put so much emphasis on educating you how we are doing it so that you don't fall into that pitfall. And actually, John, that is the very first Kickstart event John will host with us together about position sizing and everything around it. That is the key fact. That is the number one thing you can mess that up. Now, there are other things you can do, but if you ask me about why and the number one thing, this is how you can mess it up.
Okay, good to know. Good to understand.
Hey, Jason and Christian, one thing I saw, I guess two quick things, was I saw a lot of questions about, gosh, I don't really know trading. I've never traded futures. Was this hard to set up? And my experience with this is just, I've never used NinjaTrader before, and I've never installed my own bots before. So what was great about this is that I did the white glove service. So I just got online, they remoted in, they're like, here's what you do. They show, they set it all up for me. They showed me how to right click and enable the systems. And it was pretty sweet. And then I elected after that to do VPS, which is the remote login, because I have like 5 different computers if I'm in Austin or Wimberley or, I'm traveling. And so that's just easier for me. So if you've got a Mac, you just do that. It's a simple link. It's sitting there. And, I basically kind of turn it on Sunday night, Monday morning before the open, turn it off on Friday. And I would say that, yes, trying to find the right leverage. I think the point of something like this is that you want to kind of, if you've got, say, a $10,000 account, throw on some micros and kind of see how they do. And then, but if you've got like a $2,000 account and you're having to trade full-size crude contracts and full-size gold contracts, yeah, guess what? I mean, one bad day and you're wiped out. So you kind of want to find the right balance between too conservative and too aggressive. I kind of err on the side of aggressive. So it's just finding that what's that right amount where you can kind of continue to let it trade and stuff like that too. And so I think that's an important thing. And so I think a trick with something like this is simply just, you start out with the smallest contracts possible. Start off with the micros and get a feel of, okay, if I'm doing one micro and, I'm getting plus or minus $87 a day. All right, could I handle plus or minus, 3 times that? And you just kind of work it out. There's no rush. And then I'd say the only other thing from there, in my experience with mechanical systems, and Christian, I'd be interested in your take on this too, is just let the system do its thing. A lot of times people get the system. It's like, oh, well, it's long here, and I really wouldn't be long here, so I'm just going to close it out. Yep. And I guess technically you could do that, but my whole point of this is I don't want to watch it. Like, I don't want to second guess it. I just want it to be like an assistant that's off in the corner doing its thing. And so I'll be actually attending some of these classes too, is to see, okay, how you guys, do you guys spend a lot of time tweaking it, or, what systems are you running? But there's kind of my 2 cents there.
Yeah, wonderful. Thanks for that, John. And this is exactly what I say too. So when you use a system or an automated system, like the question is why. Obviously, you want the trading edge, but you also want to have probably lesser trading involvement, right? And what I say, if we have a system with a real proven trading edge, why in the world should you go in and mess with it? Because every time you do, your statistical edge will deteriorate a little bit. So what you see right here, for instance, is just, and I don't have any data loaded on this machine before, but this is basically from 2020 till now, just a few micro contracts. And don't necessarily look at, how much money it is or not is, but just when you have a system or a portfolio of bots, these are just 12 robots, right? Then, how much of an edge this really is. And if you think about, you can trade better than this, then, well, yeah, you're welcome. You should do it. But my guess is you really actually can't. So let the system do their thing. And sometimes it will look crazy. Sometimes it will enter trades where you say, when you look at it, in a million years, I would not buy here. And sometimes the bots are wrong and it's a losing trade, right? And sometimes, in these scenarios, you will say, oh my God, yeah, I would never done that, but it was actually an outstanding winner. And one more thing to that topic, and I know it's a very unpopular opinion, especially with retail traders, but and it sounds really 1990, but I can tell you guys, one trend trade or intraday trend trade, just let it run, can account for 27 other trades you do. No question asked. Like take today. Who of you were long the equity markets and then at maybe 345 say, I think now it's the top. S&P is at all-time highs. NASDAQ is at all-time highs. And then you looked at the YM and say like, yeah, maybe not. And then in 15 or 20 minutes, there's another 50 or 100 handles in there. Who of you would have stayed in that trade? And the answer is not a lot. But guess what? The robot would have stayed in this trade and would have closed out the trade at 4 o'clock. And probably it would have made $2,000 or $3,000 more, as if you would have closed it out early. And that is one thing we see a lot where, you see a lot of unrealized profit and you say, oh, I want to take it just to cash in. Again, don't get me wrong. You have always the opportunity to do it. The robots will not hold you hostage. You can go in and take the profits. But as John said, let them do their job with the statistical edge. And that is the way you will make the most money with it.
A great follow-on question from Paul. He wants to know if there are templates that help him use the bots out of the box.
Paul, yes. Let me show you. Now, these templates are designed to get you up and running and out of the box. And these are also the templates I use for the most part here. But we have also users who just take that as a starting point and then tweak it from there. But was it John?
Yes.
I will show you. So when you go to the control center, right mouse click, new strategy, and then you come to this folder here. You click on Ninjacators and Blackbeard, and then you have the 4 robots. Let's say you want the trend rating robot. You double click on it, and then here is a button says template. You open it up, you load it, and you say, here are all the different templates for crude oil, for ES, for gold, for NASDAQ. And if you say, well, I want NASDAQ, you double click on it, and it will already loaded the NASDAQ template there. And you can use it like this, or you can go and tweak it. It's completely up to you. But yes, it's right there and it's easy as I just showed you.
Speaking of tweaking, Christian, when you shared the results from the June contest winners for Blackbeard, there was a wide range in results. Some guys had gotten 6-figure returns, others had gotten single-digit returns. So Anthony and others would like to know, what's the difference? Can you explain the huge disparity in the results?
Yeah, absolutely I can. And my bad, I wanted to add a chart behind it in the PowerPoint. I forgot about it. So it is all about risk and reward, okay? So now if you say you choose and select the robots and size it that, to a comfort level where on a historic basis, it had a drawdown X. Let's just see this year, for example. This year is just one of the one selection, 12 default bots, and in the micros, right? And then let's look at this, and you see if I would have traded these 12 bots only in micros, if I would have traded it from the moment the micro contracts were established in 2019, still no trading volume and whatnot, but just for the sake of it, till basically right now, they would have had made me $146,212.52. And the drawdown, the max drawdown was $3,074.33. Now, if you do this on a $10,000 account, there will be a 30% drawdown, right? And, pretty, okay. Some people say, well, Christian, I can handle a 50% drawdown. So what do? You take the same 12 robots and start sizing them up at 2 micros, 3 micros. And then this number gets bigger, the net profit. But guess what? The maximum drawdown gets bigger too. And you can do it to the extent that you really completely over leverage, right? Now, and that's why you see the difference in the results. Some people trade for long-term results, and some people trade so aggressively, as they want. And they do like studies like, okay, now this robot, the longest losing streak was 8 trades in a row. Now I wait till it has 8 trades in a row, and then I will basically start trading it live. But I already traded with 3 times the position size. So the odds are geared in the favor, right? So they're playing these games, on these statistical games. And bottom line is, the more you risk, the more you can potentially make. That's why these results are so different. Now, again, I think even our 15th place is 5 or 6%. If you make 5 or 6% a month, like you should be like, you're the king of the jungle, right? Like, quite frankly. Now, you don't need to make 100% a month, which is completely unrealistic. And I would never say, hey, size up like this. But some folks love it, right? Like, love to be aggressive about it. That's why it's so different.
Christian, if we could, let's pull the overview page up with everything that you get, just to address some of the questions coming through. So the moment you sign up, folks, you get access to a white glove installation. But also, let's revisit the 30-day guarantee. Those of you that might be on the fence, apprehensive, not entirely sure, but you want to know what kind of guarantee the system comes with, Christian, let's revisit the 30-day guarantee.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is, again, the overview, everything you get with the details. And there are a couple of FAQs here. The very first thing is here, yes, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. And this is an unconditional money-back guarantee, guys, right? Because we are not in the business of pushing something over and hoping you will not ask for your money back. No, if you don't feel this can enhance your trading performance, many times over, then, we'll give you your money back, and we part as friends. As easy as that. Just, give us a shout out, do it. Just knowing, most likely you will not do it.
All right, awesome. I want to welcome a few folks in. They're coming in fast. We have a lot of people that are signing up for this right now. Leonard, Michael, Bruce, another Michael, Jerry, Russell, Lauren, Frederick, Richard, Steven. If I say your name incorrectly, it's the cold medicine. Jing, Christopher, Joseph, Gary, Brandt, Christopher again, Neil, Daniel, Vincent, Herbert, Jerry, Patrick, Chris. We'll pass them along. Welcome to Blackbeard. Welcome to Ninjacators. So you're going to get a number of benefits, including of what Christian's sharing there. But one important detail, you're going to see a meeting invite to come to a jumpstart session tomorrow at noon Eastern. Oh, you don't have to wait for your white glove. You don't have to wait to go through the videos. We'll be waiting for you tomorrow at noon Eastern to host you, take you through the session, give you our own personal jumpstart session right there. There's nothing you have to do. The second you sign up, you'll get the Zoom invite. Everything will be there. And if you can't make it, it will be recorded. All right. So Christian, what happens when the market is chopping and not trending and making all that money? Does the bot get chopped up in price action?
Yes, some. Yeah, I love that question. This is exactly my part I love to talk about. Jason just always talks to me and says, "Don't talk so technical, Christian." So what you see right here, let's just take this control center here, right? So you see like let's just look at the let's say at the S&P bots I set up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 S&P bots set up, and then look at the naming of the bot. The first one is a scalp rating bot. What does it do? It looks for scalp trades, in both directions, quick in, quick out. The next one is a long nines. Long nines were the cannons pirates used to chase ships that were running away from them. Okay, so this is our like whale trade, intraday whale trade thing. When this thing trades, then it gets in and it tries to write the entire trend. Then we have a trend rating bot, which is just looking at directional trades and will stay in trades very, very long. And then we have the range rating bot, which is basically looking to enter when the market is in a very consolidated area, when it's squeezed together, right? Now, if you use all these robots in the one market, you will obviously because I'm an 80-20 kind of guy, right? Like John, I don't really like to tinker too much around with it. I trade all of those, knowing that you lose some and you win some. Obviously, if the trend rating bot cashes in, it might be that our range bot trades every once in a while and loses money. But at the end of the day, it's much easier for me just turn all of them on and say this is a portfolio, and some win, some lose. And when we take a look at a couple of trades here, for instance, let's just I don't really know. Let's take a look at this here, for instance. You see complete different trades based on whichever robot that is, because they are all so different. This year is one bot, which you see the trades, right? Some trades are very small. This was like a decent size winner, a loser. Here is a quick pop up, a quick pop down. You get the gist, and this one rode the uptrend almost entirely, right? So this is like between 1 o'clock and between 11 o'clock. Oh, this is over 2 days. So like that's a couple of hundred handles right there. And if we look now at different robots and different trading styles, you see a different set of trades. But yeah, again, 80-20 rule. I don't like to pick those. I just pick them all, and and the basket, the portfolio of them all, produce the results I showed you. Make sense?
It does. Tien, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. You're asking, are the bots upgraded for us? Do we update the bots, Christian?
Yeah, so we do. The part of the secret sauce why these robots are working as good as they do is they are not static, and there are 2 layers of dynamic components in there. One is our treasure map, which is the predictive cycle analysis. We do all of that. We do the entire computing power of this. We are framing the framework. We are basically creating the treasure map, and we're updating the software every 4 or 6 weeks so that your treasure map is always the latest and the greatest, because that takes the most computing power. We have 1 server running for each of the 5 markets we have the treasure maps for. And these are big servers, right? Just to crunch the data, only that you get the update and have the latest and greatest. And the second dynamic component we have are these robots that are self-optimizing and making the real-time trading decisions, which are basically running on top of this. And those calculations are done on your machine because they are very efficient from a computing power perspective. So those 2 things will make sure that the robots always stay current, and you can still tweak the data, right? So yeah, we do this, and the robots itself do that.
Anthony wants to know, going along with that, do you find the bots stop performing over time as markets change? And if so, what do you do? So I think you just answered it, Christian, but if things change with the markets, what do we do?
Yeah, and this is the beauty, guys. I could talk about this for weeks, but in a very short thing is the old way of how bots were built were static, right? Based on historical data, different testing environments. And the moment you release the bot in the wild, that's it. It will become obsolete at some point in time. These robots are different because we are adjusting the framework on which they are running every couple of weeks based on every single tick we harvest from the market at every single moment to form our predictive analysis treasure map. And then we just have on top the self-optimizing bots. So that means they will not get old. If there is somewhat of a very structural change of some sort, well, maybe, but I would not know what it is, right? But rest assured, if in any case, which I don't foresee, something stops working, I have a very vast interest on making this work, not only for me, but everybody who's actually using it already. So yeah, I hope that answers the question.
Right on. We have a lot of folks here in the room with us. We are just tapping over 2 hours our time here together. We're going to take as much time as we need to answer all the questions, folks. So keep them coming. If you're thinking of signing up, but you're thinking to yourself, why do it tonight versus tomorrow versus maybe over the weekend? There are a couple of reasons, and Christian is holding one up right now. Who is that guy, and what did he write that? He wrote that book. What is it?
Yeah, so it's the man who solved the market. Everybody who wants to even think about using automated systems in their trading needs to read this book. Jim Simons is the pioneer of fully automated trading. His fund, Renaissance Capital, I do know it, I'm not entirely sure if I am able to say that word online. They made in so absurd amount of monies from the future market that it's not funny. History, has been made. So everybody who signs up today, this is the fast action bonus, will get this book from me. I put it in a box and I will send you a hard copy of this. You need to read this book, The Man Who Solved the Market, and you will see trading never, it's life-changing for you, I promise.
Just a little bit of housekeeping. We have a lot of folks signing up right now. If for whatever reason your card may have been declined due to an incorrect CVC number or whatever the reason might be, simply contact our support and let us know. If you need to split the payment up into 2 separate payments, let us know that as well. Contact us at support@ninjacators.com. We've got a team of folks that are standing by watching you come in. The other item to know, we mentioned this just a few minutes ago, we are going to be ready to host you tomorrow at noon Eastern in a live jumpstart session. So you can breeze past the entire line and head straight to the front. We will walk you through the installation, the members area, all of that. It's recorded so you can take it in. You won't want to miss that. So Joseph, you're asking a question about the installments. There you go. And Christian, another question here is, does this have any AI components, or is this just whatever settings you happen to put into the bots? Tony is asking that question.
Yeah, Tony. So the AI is obviously the buzzword, right? And these days, everybody is saying, if there's AI, that's most likely good. It's something new. So Tony, we are using AI in the creation of robots since I don't know when. Back 6, 7, 8 years back, it was machine learning, which was basically the initial steps of AI. And since a couple of years, obviously full-blown AI. And that has helped us, obviously, with going into the right direction faster. I was talking about this earlier. Guys, back in my fund days, the computing power and the manual labor of crunching through numbers was absurd compared to today. You go to Best Buy, buy yourself a computer, and that can do as much as our server could do 15 years ago, right? And it's the same with that. So yeah, in the creation process of these things, we have been using AI for years and years and years. That's it. Now, there is a self-learning component in each of the single robot, and that is what you see here with real-time self-optimization. I didn't want to name it AI. It is basically an AI component, but it's a very tiny component, and I don't want it to make it kind of like the buzz around it. So yeah, production-wise, a lot of AI. Real-time optimization, a little bit of AI. Hope that helps.
Perfect. For those of you with varying account sizes, we get this question a lot. How much to fund the account when trading with this system? So how much do you need, Christian? John spoke about a scenario where you could trade with $2,000, $10,000. We showed examples with larger accounts. What do you need to be able to use this?
Yeah. So I would say the bare minimum, just to also make sure you're not over leveraged the moment you start. What we always say, our rule of thumb is we trade $1,000, or for every $1,000 equity on our account, we trade a micro contract, and for every $10,000 on our account, we trade one full-size contract. Now, just trading one contract might be a little bit lame. So let's say, you want to trade 2 micros. That puts you with a little bit of a margin to at least $2,500. And I have this question open right here. Is $2,500 is really the absolute minimum to get started with this, to have a fair shot. I personally, if you would ask me, I would say make it 5 or 10. Then you have more breathing room. $10,000 is a very, very good number. But most folks who are new with it, start with between $2,500 and $25,000. And I think our average guy has probably like 50,000 ish. But we have a lot of people between 2,500 and 25,000.
Right.
And one more to that is the idea when you have a small account, $2,500, $5,000, the idea and the task at the beginning is a little bit different. It's not about making absurd big amounts of money. It's about building up the account so that you can then start trading more robots, bigger sizes. So you basically compound the account to $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to then have the ability to unlock the full potential of it, right? But we'll talk about that a lot also in our education because, again, we have a lot of people who are in that boat.
We have a lot of folks in the room, many of which I'm assuming are discretionary manual traders and are curious to know, hey, is it possible to intervene with these? Or what Doug is asking, is it possible to have your own criteria and configurations for what a bot does?
Yeah. So let me answer the first question with, can I intervene? The answer is absolutely positively yes. You have at any given time the ability to go in, to take profits, to move the stop, to do whatever you want to do. So ultimately, you are in full control. Now, interestingly enough, we have asked that very question in one of our live trainings last week or the week before, Jason.
That's right.
Where we ask is, okay, how many of you just set it and forget it? And how many of you are actively involved in maybe adding a contract, taking profit, moving stop? And shockingly enough, it was about 50-50, right? About half of our users say, I turn it on, I do it like Christian, I don't care, like I turn it on and don't touch it, Christian and John style, right? And the other half says, no, you know what? I do a little bit here, a little bit there. So you can do it if you want. The second question, or the add-on to that question, was what, Jason?
Can you configure the bots? Can you get in there and tinker with them to, maybe not the bot themselves, but you select them based on your own trading style?
Yeah, so you cannot tell the robots what you want it to do, because it's not a like a software that automates your trading ideas, but these are real proven trading edges with a track record, and and you should not mess with those, because this is what makes you the money, right? Or potentially can make you the money. But what you can do is, there are so many settings and so many configurations. If you want to dig into it, guys, we have people that make so much more money than I do with that, because they are permanently doing stuff, tweaking, doing. If that is what you want, you can, be very happy. You can do it, but you cannot choose your own entry criteria.
Technical question from Dylan, and I love this question. Does the speed of your internet affect the operation of the bots?
Yes, it is. It does. Love this question. So talking latency, execution speed. So one thing, Dylan, to clarify, and for all of you, we're not doing or attempting to do high frequency trading. You cannot do something like this with retail trading software. Impossible. But we are doing very active day trading, right? And with anything, no matter if you trade manual or you're using algo, the better and faster execution you get, the potentially better results you can get. Now, a lot of our robots have such an edge that it really doesn't matter if you're a tick early or a tick late. Like in the big run, it does not matter, right? But yes, if you can have a fast execution and a clean execution, that will definitely help you. Now, will that make you much more money? Probably not much more, but in scenarios where the market is moving fast and you want to get out or in, that can make a difference of a tick or two. So yes, do it. And that is also something why I say, don't mess around with it. Put it on a remote computer, which is in a server center. It doesn't need to be co-located. You don't need to have a machine on top of the CME, right? But use a server center with a VPS provider, which is on one of the two main lines towards Chicago. And that's all you need, because then you don't need to worry where you are at in the world. Your computer can communicate with the exchange very, very quick. And you can be like in Bali on the beach, dialing in from your laptop with 15 seconds latency. It doesn't matter, because the trading operation is from your VPS to the exchange, and you are just observing it, right?
Follow-on question to that, and those of you that have just come in, Dennis, Ronald, Alex, Ted, Craig, Streetquith, hopefully I said your name correctly, John, Joanna, John again, Tom, Jeffrey, Philip, and Shoila, welcome. We're going to be waiting for you. Our support team is standing by. We are also going to be ready to host you at tomorrow's live Jumpstart session. If you're thinking of signing up yet tonight, or maybe waiting until tomorrow, don't miss out on that Jumpstart session. And don't miss out on that book. I can't believe we're sending a book to everyone, Christian.
Nobody could believe this. So I was preparing this PowerPoint this afternoon, and I said, like, well, you know what? I saw this lying here around. It's like, you know what? Everybody who comes on board gets a book. And I'm not entirely sure if I told anybody.
No,
but,
we found out now, Christian. So
everybody, like, if the team is around, find out now. I know I bought
we've got
hundreds of these books,
we've got a lot of them. Yeah.
like some time ago, because everybody who is interested in automated trading gets that book. Not sure if we have enough, but we will buy more for all of you guys who come on board. If you sign up today, I send you this book.
Wonderful. Rod is asking if the software uses level 1 or level 2 data. Apologies if I already asked that.
You didn't ask that, and we keep things very, very simple. It will work on level 1 data, plain vanilla, simple data, because the real heavy computing was creating the treasure map on the predictive thing, which is a tick by tick, we do for you. So it works on level 1 data. Now, I always recommend to use to have level 2 data if you have the ability when you want to trade it. But for the robots, it's not needed.
Okay. Excellent question coming from Richard, and one that everyone that's still with us, and we have a lot of you here. Is it a good idea to run this in simulation on NinjaTrader for a month or even to begin with?
Absolutely. What I always say is, this is not a race. This will be life-changing in your trading. I really am certain about this. It has the power to change your life. And, don't rush into it and take probably one of the biggest opportunity you will ever have in day trading the markets and run into it, mess it up because you hurry, and then, discard it and let this opportunity slip out on your, out from you, right? So here's what I want you to do. Come on board, go through the content, engage with us, come through the live classes, understand it, set everything up, look at the results back a year, 2, 3, however long you feel you want to have this, and then trade it in live simulation. And guys, we have folks who trade, a month or 2 in live simulation, and we have folks which trade like 3, 4, 5 months in live simulation. I would do it because, at the end of the day, this opportunity is so big. Don't rush into it and mess it up. That's it. And quite frankly, does it really matter if you trade live next month or the month after? Like, yeah, sure, you are eager, you want it and whatnot. But like, think about a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Will you say 3 years from now, oh my God, I wonder how life would be like if I would have traded in August instead of September? No, it does not matter. So yes, everybody who comes in, put this thing up in simulation, learn it, see it, seeing is believing, see what it can do, make mistakes in simulation. It will not cost you money. And when you're ready, then turn it on in live and enjoy it.
Tian, I see your questions here, and we've been collecting them as they've been coming through. We're going to answer one right now, and then Tian, I'm going to suggest that you spend some time with our team to answer some of your more technical questions. Those of you that are interested in getting in touch with our support team, we fire up at 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. You can reach us on the phone. You can reach us via email, support@ninjacators.com. Any questions that we can answer right now, we will stay as late as you need us to answer those. In the meantime, Tian, are these bots tested and built for certain markets, Christian? If so, what markets are they? And how portable are they to other markets that NinjaCators was not trained on?
Yes. So you see it on my screen. You see these markets here. That's E-mini S&P 500, NASDAQ, the NASDAQ futures. YM is the Dow futures, CL is crude oil, and GC is gold, or the connected micro contracts. These are the 5 markets the bots can trade. They cannot trade any other market. Why? Is because we build this predictive treasure map, this predictive analysis for these 5 markets. So you can select another market and you can be lucky that it works, but that would be just by coincidence, right? So these are the markets, and don't use them in any other market. And obviously you have 5 markets you can trade with 4 robots, makes 20 baseline combinations, and then you can start basically customizing from there. We have a lot of folks who just concentrate on S&P and NASDAQ, which is very, very good to say, well, I just trade these markets. That's the biggest bang for the buck. And some folks say, you know what, I want to hedge my portfolio a little bit and have a little bit diversity in my portfolio. So I want to trade precious metal, gold, some crude oil. Do that too. But those are the 5 markets, and only these 5 markets.
We're going to cycle through a few questions really quickly here. AJ is asking, would you expect on a 10K futures account, $10,000 account, using the algo to pay for the $4,997, the $5,000 cost within 30 days? AJ, how aggressive you are with the system is ultimately up to you, but we do not project profits or timeframes. So we appreciate the question. We're also getting the question here, Christian, how does the algo bot handle news and Fed events? And then simultaneously to that, also asked by a different Robert, what happens if I lose power or internet while the bots are trading, or even while the bots are trading, while the FOMC is doing its thing?
Yeah, good. Let's do news first. So we are heavily day trading. That means most news events are before the market opens, right? So don't care about those. So Lily lets us just with FOMC days. Now look at the history. You can look at the history of every single trade on Fed days for each of those bots, and then you can decide for yourself if you want to trade it or not. Sure, volatility is increased. Well, volatility equals opportunity, right? So yeah, is it a higher risk? Absolutely. Can it make a lot of money? It can. Make the decision for yourself. I keep them on. I don't care. Like news or not, like the robots are on. They win some, they lose some, that's okay. If you want to dial it in a little bit because you want to have a tighter risk, then you might select not turning them on these days, but it's completely up to you. But we'll discuss these kind of topics also in the member area, okay? Now, the next question was regarding when I lose power, when I lose internet, what happens? Now, a lot of the magic that happens with especially trading multiple robots at the same time is we can move orders around, right? We can enter an order, move the stop, move the target, place here, and all of that we wanted to do in a way that is most affordable for our clients. Most affordable means we want to be able to do this without the need for you to post margin, right? Because the moment you put an order in the book on the exchange, your broker will basically say you need to post margin. Now, let's say you trade one contract, then you have a stop order and you have a target order. You need to basically have margin for 3 contracts, if you will, right? Which would be very hindering for folks, especially with small accounts. That's why we handle all orders directly on the platform. They don't go to the exchange until they actually get touched and for a fill, okay? So that means that when you are in a trade, you really just need to post the front-facing value of margin. Now, that says is, that's obviously fantastic for all of you with a smaller account. But the downside, if there is any, is that if the orders are locally, so we can manage them and don't need to post margin, then if your internet is gone, your orders are gone too. That means there are no stops, there are no targets, you are in the market and there's no protection. So that's why I say, make sure your computer is good and your internet is there. And if you cannot guarantee it on your desktop, go and get yourself a remote computer. They guarantee you uptime. They guarantee you internet, because they have backup over backup over backup. And in case they lose the internet, you can probably file a claim and get, whatever, right? So do that. It is of absolute crucial importance to be online and the computer needs to run.
Christian, I'm going to ask this question from Brian, and I'm going to ask you to pause before we do. We just need to acknowledge the folks that have put questions in that are patiently waiting. Brian wants to know, can you use the bot as a trading buddy where you trade manually based on the signals from the bot? And before you answer that, Christian, Aaliyah, Scott, David, both Davids, Todd, Patel, Hans, Ross, all of those recent questions. Rich, we see your questions and we will for sure get to them. Thank you for them.
So the answer is yes. I forgot the name. I'm sorry. Brian. So you can use the robot as your trading buddy. Example. So this is an NQ bot, right? So we have users, for instance, which set the robots up in simulation, in a simulation account. What will that do is you will see that the order gets entered, and you see where the stop is. If there's a target order already, often there is not already a target order because we want to see how much money we can get out of the market. And then you can manually enter the trade or scale in, right? Trading buddy. Let's just take a look at these trades. And if somebody from the Simpler team is around here, I just got a message that the webinar will end. I hope that's not the case, and it's just like a little warning.
Are we being cut off, Christian? This has never happened before.
I hope it will not happen.
3-hour minimum.
So if anybody's around, can you please make sure this webinar will not end in 4 minutes? And thank you. So trading buddy, right? So let's just say you add this to your sim account and not to your live account. And every time you see the robot trade, you enter a manual trade, and maybe when the market is going against you, you buy more, right? You can scale in the trade. Again, it's not an advice. It's just like a thing. Yes, and then you can do this, or take this trade, or scale in here, or you can do it. Again, if that is what you want to do, you can do it. Just know that the entire software is designed to automatically do everything for you, right? But feel free to use it as whatever you want.
Christian, rest assured, we are not shutting down. And John has personally asked that we go for another 2.5 hours. So we have plenty of time in front of us.
So I think somebody would need to bring me some caffeine here then.
Yeah, no, you're good. Hang in there. All right. So let's clarify on the refund policy, because we're getting questions on this. Rich, I love this question. Can you please clarify the refund policy? Is it 4997, or is it a credit of some kind towards our other indicators, Christian?
No, it's a money back. So when you go to the order form, you see here too is money back guarantee. So if you want your money back, you get your money back. We will not hold your money hostage if you don't feel that we are a good fit and we deliver the value we believe we can do. So you get your money back if you want to.
Got it. Ross has a question. You keep mentioning 12 bots, but offering 4. So there's 4 core bots. When you mention 12, what does that mean, and why these 4 bots, Christian?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me explain it. So on the page before, you can see it better. So there are 4 robots here. One is for trending markets, one is for ranging markets, one is for scalping markets, and one is for basically our long nines, our Joker bot. And each of these bots work in all 5 of these different core markets. So these are then 4 times 5, basically 20 bot combination by default, right? One of each 4 for one of each of the 5 markets. So it's 20. Now, when you can select, there's much more selection, because you can obviously say, I trade, the range spot in the ES, and also in a different setting set in the MES, right? So that would make it then 40 bot combinations by default. And then you can start even using slight variations. So we have folks who trade as much as 80 variations at the same time, and folks who trade as little as 5 or 6, right? I would not recommend to start with 80 variations, but you certainly could. But what I would say is, this is a very good thing is, trade the S&P and NASDAQ and trade all bots for it. Then you have like 8 bots, right? It's a very good starting point. And either do this in the micros or in the full size, and then you take it from there. And maybe you want to look at gold or crude. Just knowing that the commodities like crude and oil, they can pay you very well, but the drawdowns are significantly bigger too, right? But you can see all of that when you come into the program and look at the history of the trades, and then you can make an educated decision. I give you an example right here, and that might be interesting for most of you here. So here are 52 different combinations, right? So I have a lot of scalp bots here in different markets, and micro gold and whatnot. And then I have range rating bots and trend rating bots in all what different markets. And what you can already see here is, the net profit. And let's just do this by net profit, right? So total, every bot I have selected would have made between 2019 and 24, $2.5 million, right? And that's just trading one full-size contract. Now let's see, the very first robot right here is the trend rating bot right there, trades the NASDAQ. And that has alone per contract made $450,000 net profit and had a drawdown of $22,000. Okay, it was one contract. Now you can see the long nines also trading the NASDAQ has made $226,000, had just $13,000 drawdown. So you can basically see, okay, maybe these guys are too big, but then look at this here, for instance. Hey, there's one that has had just $5,500 drawdown, trades the S&P, that is the trend rating bot, and also made $167,000. Well, maybe I select that and not the one with the $22,000 drawdown. Maybe I say, well, I want that one, but maybe I trade not a full size, but I trade a micro in there. Then it would be just a $2,200 drawdown. So by looking at that, and we give you this analyzer, guys, this analyzer here is not a default NinjaTrader thing. We built this so that you can do the analysis I already started showing you, where look at the performance of all the robots and then make your educated decision on what you want. And you can select the robot and see the single performance. So see, I select this bot, and now I see the performance right here for this robot. And I can take a look at all the numbers. I can even take a look at the analysis. I can now see this one single robot with all the details, with the equity curve, with the days, with the net profits, and can really just make an educated decision. Do I want to trade this robot? Am I, willing to take that risk to, for that performance or not? And then you go to the next robot and the next robot and the next robot, and you cherry pick. You say, well, this looks good. Let's start with this, right? Like, this is a very, very good starting point. I hope that makes sense.
It does. It does. Follow on to that, Christian. Can you trade in multiple accounts?
You can trade in multiple accounts. That is not a problem whatsoever. We have plenty of folks who trade in multiple accounts from the same NinjaTrader. They have a margin account, maybe a retirement account, maybe account together with their spouse or so. It's not a problem. You only need to make sure that you obviously connect, all accounts into, one connection, or you have different connections. You might, connect Interactive Brokers and NinjaTrader, but you can have, like, in one NinjaTrader connection, 3 different accounts. Not a problem. The only thing we don't want, and if we see this, we, kiss you goodbye. We make you walk the plank. That would be the right thing to do, is if we see that you use that for commercial purposes. So I give you an example. We had a guy coming in, buying a retail version of this, and he traded leader follower account. And we see, like, size-wise, something didn't add up. And there were like 50 accounts which he executed trades for. This is a no-no, right? If you are here planning to do that, you can send me an email, and we have commercial licenses, not a problem. Happy to lease that out to you. But this year is just for retail traders and not for commercial use. And if you use multiple accounts, your own accounts, great.
All right, folks, we are on the home stretch here. We have a lot of folks here with us. It's getting a bit late, approaching 10:30, 10:45 Eastern. We're going to go into the lightning round. So if you have questions, you're on the fence, you need to get something answered before we wrap up, now is your chance to get it into the questions box. Christian and I will crank through them as quickly as possible. If you are simply not sure, you're still on the fence, let us know what we can do to help out. Let us know what we can answer or pass along by way of information. We're more than happy to get in touch with you. So we're going to go ahead and put ourselves on the clock here, Christian. Patel has another question about the Asian markets, futures. Does this trade Asian markets?
No, no, it does not. We concentrate on the cash sessions for the markets. I told you why is there is the liquidity, there's the volume, and we can trade it. It makes no sense to do it in Globex session. The markets are traded too thin, and you will not have fun. So that means all equity index futures start trading at 8:30 Central, will close at 3. And the trade will be closed. So the robot will close before the session ends. It will not carry overnight. And then gold and crude start a little bit earlier to trade, but also only the cash session starting at 9 o'clock. And that's it. And I always say, if you can't make money in the cash session, then you have also no permission to trade the overnight session. Now, I know if you are living abroad, that might be hard because it might be cash session here when you sleep. But rest assured, we have plenty of traders from Indonesia, Hong Kong, and whatnot, where they sleep when their robots make money. Right now, if you can't do this, I don't know. You probably need to learn it. But to answer it, cash session it is.
Final question here. How frequently do I need to interact with the bot? And Christian, along with that, we'll get a couple more in here. But how much time does this take every week total once you're up and running?
It is. This is something that I wish I can. I wish I can answer. Very straightforward. I can tell you how long I spend with it every week, so that you can get a feel. I can, I know how long John spends with it, not too long time, but I also know people who spend every hour they are awake with this, right? So I always say is, we have the automation not because we want to trade more or be longer in front of our screen, but we want to have the automation that we don't need to sit in front of our screen all day long, and that's just very important. Now, in general, what I do is I make sure in the morning before the cash session starts, I check it out and make sure it's connected. Brokerage is connected, everything is ready to go. And then and that takes me 2 minutes, right? Well, if there's an issue, it might take me 5 minutes. The issue might be I got disconnected overnight or something like that. And then I need to reconnect and re-enable the robots, like here, where when you are disconnected from your broker, for instance, then you need to connect to your broker again, and then you need to check these boxes here again, and then it will take a second until all of your robots are enabled. You will see when they are green, right? Now, green means go. Every one which is green is now ready to go. So it's 5 minutes in the morning. And then always, I check in after close, because I want to make sure, is everything flat? Was there a problem and whatnot? So in a perfect world, you can spend 5 till 10 minutes with it and you're over with it, right? But I would say, that is kind of like the minimum. And what I don't want you to do is turn it on, August 1st and check back end of August, right? That would not be smart, because there can be disconnection and whatnot. So, and anything between like this and spending all day, is possible.
All right. And on the final question here, installments, Christian, can you pay for Blackbeard over the course of months. Is there a monthly installment plan? There isn't, folks. You can make the payment tonight or as this runs over the course of a couple of credit cards. So if you need to split it up over 2 payments, you can go ahead and do that. Christian, let's wrap it up by talking about the 30-day guarantee so people have that. And then also, how long is this going to run? There are benefits for signing up tonight, which include the book we will be sending to you, as well as the Jumpstart class that will be ready. We'll be waiting for you tomorrow at noon Eastern to help you get up and running. You will already have invites to that in your email if you've already signed up. And then in addition to that, the 30-day guarantee, Christian.
Okay. So, yeah, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's literally, you buy this tonight and you test it and you use it the way we show you. You come on board and doing this with us. And if in this 30 days, at any point you say, you know what, it's not delivering everything Christian says, then we'll give you your money back. Again, it's guys, and that should be like normal with anything you ever buy, right? There needs to be money back guarantee. And again, I'm very confident that like almost nobody will ask for their money back, because if you start seeing the power of this for yourself and you start learning it and using it, this will be a tipping point in your trading career, and this can make you happy between now and long time to go.
Femi is asking, and we've seen some Ninjacator fans in here. It's great to have you. What's the difference between this and the Fantastic Five? Fantastic Five is one of our legacy programs. It's very different, and Fantastic Five was not built specifically for day trading, as Christian is walking through. Gary is asking, Christian, as we wrap up here, what is the max number of contracts per symbol for a retail account? And do we charge for commercial accounts?
Yeah. So yes. So very, very important, guys. This year is for retail trader, right? If you are, like family office, fund of fund, a professional trader, like whatever it might be, please send an email to support@ninjacators.com and just ask them to speak with me. We have commercial clients with some family offices and whatnot. It is not this software. So if you are a professional, don't buy this. This is for retail traders. Now, yes, there will be limitations based on what trader you are, on block sizes and order volume you're allowed to trade. But for retail traders, again, we haven't dongled it. If we see that traders are trading insane amount of contracts, we'll chat with you. But most traders will trade a couple of contracts here and there. But there's no dongle on it per se.
Those that have just come in the last 15 or so minutes, I'm not going to get to all of you here for the sake of time. Charles, Winston, Eric, Bart, Brian, Sarvis, Lester, Eddie, Todd, Dan, Helen, Roxana, Tal, Tian. You're in, man. It's good to have you. Thank you for your questions and your trust. Brendan, Jennifer, Richard, Tony, Hengan. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. Andre, it's great to have you guys in the program. We're really, really confident that you're going to be satisfied with the results. We can't wait to get started with you. There is an entire team that is waiting for you, that is ready to answer your questions, help you get off to the best possible start, and help you start seeing the results that you're looking for. Christian, I think it's time for us to thank our friends at Simpler Trading who have been amazing hosts. It's been great to be able to do this with these guys.
Yeah,
I remember quite vividly that lunch that I had with John. It was Outdoor Cafe somewhere in Florida in January. We had no idea that this is what it would turn into, but it was an amazing fit for their members. And John and your entire team, you guys have been nothing but fantastic. Thank you so much for hosting us.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys. And we are looking forward to be a great asset for like all of you users, and looking forward to the sessions we will do together. And it has been a pleasure. And I know it's late. If you would have let me, we probably, Jason and I, would go another hour, right?
It's no joke.
Just saying, it's no joke. We stay until nobody has any questions anymore. Right. But I get it's late, so let's wrap this up. And guys, this offer is if you sign up today, you get the book, the Fast Action Bonus, and but this offer is good for 2 more days, and we will send out an email with a recording so you can re-watch it. In case there are any questions, send in emails. We'll answer all these emails, and we'll take it from there.
Wonderful. Christian, amazing job, my friend. Thank you for staying up late. Thank you for everything. All of you that are still here with us, thank you for your time. We don't take that lightly. For those of you that have signed up, thank you for your trust. For those of you that are still considering, we are here to answer any additional questions you might have. Go ahead and call the number on the order form or email us, support@ninjacators.com. We'll be on standby, and we'll answer whatever questions you might have or share whatever information you might need. So until we meet again, Christian.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Everybody, have a great night, and I'm looking forward to working with you, and see you soon, okay?
All right, everyone.